posted a video. I kind of lost the habit a bit. It does take a bit of time and effort to edit the videos, but I did like it, so I do want to get back into it. I might not do daily videos or daily trading recaps, but I think it's something I want to do at least 2 or 3 times a week. So today is May 11th, and I think the last video I uploaded was from like February. So a lot has happened since then. Well, not too much. In the last video, I was still in my challenge test account with the prop firm that I use. It's Take Profit Trader. I have thankfully since passed the challenge, and so I've moved on to a funded account. I have a 25K account. Yeah, the progress was really slow doing the challenge because I stuck to one trade a day, only risking a little bit at a time, so I was moving really slowly. And then of course any times that I broke my rules would just set me back. Not to say that I'm perfect now, but I'm a lot better. And so I passed the challenge account on March 31st, started my funded account on April 1st. So I've had it for a little over a month now. I am really close to the buffer balance that Take Profit Trader requires before you can start taking withdrawals. But I think I'm going to keep that going and make a little bit more of a buffer. I am again moving really slowly because I want to focus on building profitable habits that will keep me in this longer. I know that I could have reached that buffer amount. I could have probably been taking a withdrawal out, a payout, but I want to do this nice and slowly. I don't want to, just because I know myself, I don't want to start risking more and start maybe putting emotions into it and possibly tilting. So because of how I am, because of how I know myself and how I can possibly be, going slow like this is the way for me to go. So yeah, with this, once I started the funded account, I told myself, okay, for the first 10 trades that you take, you're only going to risk $100. And I know for like a lot of traders that's just like nothing, and I get that, but I was aiming for at least 1 to 2s for those trades. For the most part, I did well with those 10 trades. I did have a couple of days or a few days in April that I broke my rules, so it did kind of slow me down a little bit. But I completed those 10 trades, so then I told myself, okay, for the next 10 trades you're going to risk 150 and try to aim for a 1 to 2. So that's where I'm at right now. I just completed my 3rd trade of that next set of 10. I haven't exactly been able to get a 1 to 2 though. With the way that the markets have been, I'm really, not that I guess you could say I'm a little scared. I'm just trying to get what I can, and so these 3 trades where I'm risking 150, the thing is I haven't even been able to risk 150 from the get-go because of the sizes of the zones that I've used for these trades. I'm risking less than 150, so I mean technically with that and what I get out with, I'm getting a 1 to 2, but I just haven't been able to like fully risk 150 with the sizes of these zones that I'm getting into. But Anyways, so for today's trade, it's Monday. The market has, NASDAQ has been choppy overnight. It was going sideways. So it was in a range. Market opened, and there was a setup. There was a setup that I was almost going to get into with the market open candle, but that market open candle, it broke structure. It was a minor break of structure, but then that same candle went down and invalidated the zone by like just a wee bit. And so, I mean, technically, if it invalidates the zone, you can't, with the rules of supply and demand, or I follow Camellia's rules, I couldn't get in. So I did it, and it took off, and it broke out of the range, and I thought it was going to use the top of the range as support and keep going up, but it didn't. It actually came back down into the range, and I went ahead and marked up that same zone as the one that I was looking to take a trade from. I went ahead and grabbed that little tiny wick that had invalidated the zone, because I was just like, might as well, like it was just a little bit. And so I'll show it. I'll show a recording of right when market opened and when it invalidated the zone, and then again later. And so I was just like, okay, well, if it's coming all the way back down into the range, this zone is still valid technically. I'm grabbing that little bitty baby wick, and so it was still a small zone according to me and my specific rules with supply and demand. And so for me and my rules, a small zone requires a aggressive entry. So I went ahead and put a limit order in. 2 contracts was risking 115 for that size of the zone. 3 would have been a little bit too much. 3 would have been 172, and I was just like, no, I'm trying to stick to my 150. But this is an example of how I'm not able to get in and risk the 150 from the get-go. So I had the limit order placed for 2 contracts to tag me in as soon as it tapped for an aggressive entry. It got me, and I was able to add in one more to try and reach that 150 risk. It started to shoot up back towards the top of the range, and I got out. I definitely could have held in a little bit longer, but I was not sure, or I wasn't confident that I was gonna break out of the range again. I don't know if it did. I closed out before it got there, but I don't know if it did. So I was just like, I'm just gonna get what I can with these markets and these conditions. Who knows what's gonna get released, any news about the war, or if Trump tweets. I'm just trying to get what I can for right now. And so yeah, I had a 232 day, something like that, which is, exactly what I want to get out of the day anyway. So but hopefully in the future I'm able to have a zone where I can actually risk 150 from the beginning. I think for right now I do want to learn how to enter or use runners, but I'm starting to realize that with the amount that I'm allowing myself to risk, I don't really get to have that. I don't have the budget because of what I'm telling myself I can only risk. And so once in the future, I think I can start using and taking advantage of runners when my budget gets a little bit bigger. But for right now, I think while I'm under the $400, maybe, we'll see. But yeah, uh, so yay, we're back on YouTube. Shout out to mom. She's watching, I think. Okay, bye.